Welcome back, coders, to another edition of the Code Word. As you can see, it's me and Dylan this week. Say
Heyo.
what's up, buddy. Yeah, we're going to be sitting here chilling, talking about a couple different subjects, but it's going to be sticking mostly to Call of Duty World War II. And Super Mario Odyssey. We'll talk about a couple other news topics as well, some games we're playing, but that's what we're going to be focused on this week. But more importantly, let's start things off with a little bit of a background on us. So if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't already, please go ahead and check out our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/GameKod3, and consider supporting us. We are a small channel, but we're continuously trying to grow, trying to build up publisher relationships, trying to build up just our review content, our more fully featured content, stuff like that. And the more you guys support us, the easier that is for us. So we'd really appreciate you guys giving anything you can if you are interested in seeing us continue to grow. Additionally, we have a Twitter page, which is at game_KOD3. Dylan's is at Delightful Dylan.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's nice and easy. And our Facebook page is facebook.com/GameKod3. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Dylan. Hopefully he prepared a code word because we didn't talk about this.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's
Right over.
again this week. It's a phrase, but we'll go to that. So for anybody who doesn't know, that's new to this, the code word, you can say it in the live chat and either get a shout out from us or ask a question, and we'll answer it here live on the stream. So this week's code word kind of goes along with a game that I can't wait for you to get, and a game that I just recently got. But again, it's a phrase. It's going to be punch a Nazi. All right,
punch a Nazi.
Yeah, because I've been feeling your Wolfenstein love. All right,
yeah,
and I just got Call of Duty World War II, and
it's time to punch some Nazis.
I think it's time to fuck some Nazis up. Yeah,
so I'm with you. Okay,
really excited about it. But yeah, we'll get into Call of Duty a little bit later, and but yeah, hashtag punch a Nazi down the live chat. Say it proud, say it loud. You know.
Yeah, and to be honest, guys, I'm currently on the fence about whether or not I dive right into Wolfenstein right after Super Mario Odyssey or not. So if that is something you want to see, please let me know in the comments of all of our videos. The more you guys tell me, the more likely it is that I spend my $60 on that instead of, say, Call of Duty World War II, where I just sit there and play multiplayer at an inferior level to Dylan.
No.
And I know Dylan would no, it'll be, I promise you, Dylan.
I can carry you.
You can carry me only so far. I promise. But you'll get me pretty far. Yeah, no. So definitely interested in doing Wolfenstein. Don't get me wrong. I will eventually play that. Just whether or not.
And finish the first one.
See, this is the problem. I'm so behind. I can't catch up. I'm still trying to finish Super Mario Odyssey. The challenging. Okay, I guess we'll dive right in with games we've been playing. I'll start first this week. I never do that, but I've obviously been playing Super Mario Odyssey. Pretty much exclusively, minus a couple minutes here and there, and I'll talk about those games. But I am having this horrible situation where I can't stop playing it, but I have to stop myself from playing further because I want to experience it raw with you guys, the coders out in the audience. And it's killing me inside. So what I'm doing is, instead of moving on, I'm going back to each kingdom and trying to just like 100% it as best I can before I move on. Because I only have certain times where I can put in like 2-3 hours, and frankly, or 1 or 2 hours, because frankly, that's what it takes for me to play the single player content with you guys. But I can say that I can't. I thought that I was going to be a little more down on Super Mario Odyssey than I am. You know, I'm a Zelda guy. That's my first thing. Mario has always been kind of a struggle for me. Like, I'm not a platform master by any means, and I still struggle at times. But I don't know, dude. Odyssey is like all of my favorite things about Nintendo wrapped up into one. I found myself like giggling like a girl in one of the missions. like
nothing wrong with that, coders.
Just giggling, like so happy. But yeah, so I mean, early impressions, I'm just like floored by it. And I don't even want to get into spoilers because I feel it's a game that like everything that you hear ruins it a little bit more, without going into like story stuff. So but yeah, so that's been the majority of my time. Second game that I've been playing was NBA 2K18. Nothing new to report there. Still a great game. Still love it the heck out of it. Other than that, I did just download an indie game called More Fight. So this is a weird one. It's by I want to say, hold on, I don't want to get this wrong. I'm going to pull it up. But anyway, it's by an indie developer, and I'll find out their name in just a second.
More fight. Did you get it on Steam or Switch?
On Switch.
Okay.
It's right here in my hand. But it's weird because it's a game that's like on every platform you can imagine. So not only Xbox, PlayStation, PC, but also on smartphones. Like
okay, I was going to say mobile.
It's super scalable. So it's one of those games that can like play on anything. I think it's
While you pull that up, speaking of mobile, Star Wars Force Arena is sucking the life out of me.
Is it?
Because it's so fucking fun. Yeah, it's ridiculously fun, and I can't get over it. It's like every addicting part of Clash Royale plus Star Wars plus
no way
like Star Wars Heroes, and it's been the bane of my phone's battery because I play it so much. It's really fun. But back to what you're saying.
So no, that's fine. Because this is I feel like this is gonna be a game that's gonna do the same thing to me. So it's got mobile roots. You can definitely feel it, but it's from Blowfish Studios. So you can feel that there's some things they had to do to scale it back. But the basic premise is it's like bite-sized No Man's Sky.
Ooh.
I don't know how it feels like No Man's Sky. It looks a lot like No Man's Sky with a little bit like it's more like that super artistic like polygon looking.
Okay.
Like simple colors type thing, but the graphics pop really well. And it is also procedurally generated, so there's like 100,000 star systems in it.
Nice. That's
just
awesome.
like No Man's Sky.
Really
it's just like unbelievably big. But I'm very early on, played a couple missions. The only thing I have a trouble with is I feel like the first person controls are just a little wonky. Like they didn't nail the control feeling. So I had to change the sensitivity a ton. And the scanner in the game is fucking finicky as shit. Like, so if you're trying to scan wildlife, they move all the time, and you have to hold it on it for like 6 or 7 seconds. And if you can't keep the aim on, which the aim's already bad, then it's a whole nightmare. So it's not perfect by any means, and I don't even want to like sing its praises yet because it's a little too early on. Like I put probably 45 minutes into it. I will say it feels bigger than it should. Like, and that's a good thing. Like, so I can imagine pulling this up on your iPhone or your whatever phone or whatever, and just being blown away by it.
Yeah.
Whereas on the Switch, it probably feels a little less impressive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a console.
It's kind of like how I felt with when you were playing, what was it called? Oceanhorn? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was watching some YouTube of that on people were playing it on not on mobile, and it felt like a mobile game. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I felt like if I was controlling it, it would get almost a little wonky at points, like you were saying.
For sure.
On mobile, I mean, you can see how they have to start at a certain foundation, but
yeah. So I could see not wanting to play Oceanhorn on my like Xbox or PlayStation. Switch is slightly portable enough and like ease of access enough that it makes it better for Oceanhorn. But I originally played it.
How much was this one on the Switch?
$14.99. So I didn't spend a ton of money. It's a little bit more than I would have probably spent. Definitely more than I would have spent on a phone. Like I probably would have capped off at like $7-8.
Normally, now I don't know for this one because I haven't looked into it, but normally the phone versions are actually cheaper.
Yes, just that because probably the same thing. I haven't.
Yeah, because a couple different games that I've seen that are on both mobile and Xbox. On Xbox, they're usually $14.99. On mobile, they're like $7.99.
Let me check it out. Yeah, that's how
across the board.
So, let me see more fight. I haven't tried I'm tempted to download the iPhone version. Yeah, $7.99 on iPhone, and it's right here. I may have to try the iPhone version just to do some comparisons. I would imagine it actually probably runs a little better because it's pushing less pixels than on the Switch.
Yeah.
So
I could see that. Yeah.
That was the only other complaint that I had is like the frame rate can get a little bit jittery. Sometimes it's perfect, like 60, and sometimes it's like 20. So it's kind of all over the place. Jesus. It's a little wonky, but like I said, wonkiness aside, it has some interesting stuff with relation to upgrades and like your ship upgrades and collection of things. Yeah, exactly. So No Man's Sky on the Switch, it's kind of what I've been asking for all this time. So I'm going to go ahead and try it out more, and I'll report back and see what my impressions are. I'll probably do a quick review on it.
Hey.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Nice.
What's up with you?
So on my end, been dabbling a little Destiny. For anybody who's been watching the streams, I'm just around the 10-hour mark, and I'm one mission from hitting level 20.
Okay.
So
Nice. So
even with and this is my first character. I did a hunter, and I've been kind of dragging ass with hitting 20, and I'm still doing it in 10 hours. So it's they definitely ironed out the end game like bar. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to put in like in WoW, you don't have to put in those kind of like 100 hours till you get to the end game. 10 hours you can max out a character and actually get to the fun stuff or what people, are get into the game for. It seems even faster than the first Destiny, which I really like. Even that one had a little bit extra lag there between like level 15 and 20, or was it 25 and 30, whatever their level cap ended up being.
Artificially extending the game kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody's there for the end game stuff anyway. So it's nice that they kind of give that to you. But that being said, the missions don't feel like they're being sped up or anything. Like they're still
good.
It's actually more story than the first Destiny pre-DLC. Really fun. Has some good characters. Anybody that's been watching the streams knows I've been dealing with Failsafe right now on Nessus, and Failsafe is hilarious. It's like an AI that has two personalities. It's fucking hilarious.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
But yeah, so sadly though, and I guess a good thing too, that it's only about 10 hours or so that I've put in, because now that I'm almost maxed, I don't like the hunter.
Oh, you don't like the class?
I want to make a Titan, just because my play style, like I'm leaning more towards a little bit more damage spongy, and I want to move over to the Titan who can eat up a little bit more damage, and
there you go.
Plays towards that. But it's good news, because that means I can kind of just power level through a Titan really fast, and I don't have to worry about dropping 40 hours just to get to the end game content again.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So that part's exciting. But again, the game's been really fun. I've only played, out of the 10 hours, I probably had 2 hours worth of Crucible, the multiplayer.
Okay.
Would have sped up the game a lot if I just skipped that and just kept doing the quests. Would have sped up my leveling process. But the Crucible's fun. I like multiplayer, and it's really, really entertaining.
Well, like I think I talked about this with you a couple times, but you have the original Halo creators making multiplayer.
Yeah,
you gotta play it.
And there's
especially like,
we're good.
Oh, I was just gonna say, especially that style multiplayer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially it's 4 versus 4, and there's something about that like smaller team dynamic that is just really, really fun, especially when you're playing with people. Like when me and Fancy were playing, it didn't matter how good the other randoms were. Like we were having fun, and we felt like we could sway the game in our favor if we were doing well. So it's nice. Yeah, it's nice to have that, especially since playing games like Battlefield and stuff like that, the larger scale games where you feel like a little less significant in the overall victory.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have that, like, head on head. If you fuck up, your team might lose, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's important for you to if you
to do well.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we'll kind of work together and stuff like that.
That's
so
awesome.
It's been really fun. And then anybody who just caught the stream, I fired up Call of Duty World War II for the first time tonight, and oh my god, I am more than happy. All right, I can say that.
You look like that N64 kid, like the kid that opened his N64 on Christmas, like back in the 90s. Yeah. You're just like, dude. You talked about like every fucking gun in that game, literally. It got me pumped to go back and play, because like the M1 Grand, like I want to shoot the M1 Grand at people. It's so good.
All of it's good, dude.
The car is in there.
All right, so I did a little guilty pleasure. I don't know if you caught the end of the stream, but I got my beta. So all right, are we going into the games? Can I just talk about this right now?
Did you play anything else?
No.
Okay.
That's
transition
into Force Arena.
Call
We already
of
talked
Duty.
about that.
We got news later, but we'll go right to Call of Duty.
Bro. Okay, so play by play on this stream. All right, I fired up.
Yes,
looks pretty basic. Kind of go through the motions, talk about create a class, stuff like that. The unlocks. I have a little bit of background from the beta, which is nice. But there's a few extra weapons that weren't in the beta, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's much more hashed out, and I feel like I mentioned this in the stream, but I feel like people across the board didn't understand that the beta was not to highlight the game. it was a stress test for the game. And
Yeah,
I feel like people didn't
I don't
understand
how people didn't understand. It's a beta. It's a fucking and it's a beta
I mean,
for
it
a
was,
multiplayer game that's been made a billion times. Like,
and that's the thing. And it was a closed beta technically, even though they were handing out codes like crazy.
mhm.
But it technically was a closed beta, so I feel like people were given a little bit too much, where they were only stress testing. But we're gonna get to that
Anyway,
later.
yeah, whole other
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But coming into it, it looked kind of basic. Started it up, did the first match. It forced me to play core team deathmatch. All right.
Okay.
Not a big fan of team deathmatch. Not a big fan of core, but whatever. I jump in after picking my division and setting up a creative class. I went like 22-11, kicked ass, of course. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it
whatever.
was a map that I
22
played
and
in the
11.
beta.
Fuck you, man. I'm gonna do like
It was
like
okay.
11 and 76.
Yeah, it was okay, you know.
Bad.
So I came through. I got 3 levels out of that, which was nice. 3 levels. After, okay, so they kept where you like at the end of the match, the top 3 people on the winning team can do like a high five or a salute or whatever. You can unlock further shit out of care packages, right? Or supply drops. And then first thing I see is some people in the match earned supply drops. I don't know what did this. If it was random, it was based on their performance. Didn't get one, but whatever. You know, I'm only level 3. I'm not crying about it. But then after playing that first match, it dropped me into the headquarters. And that's when it opens up. That's the third person. If
yes,
you've played Destiny, it's very similar to the tower.
Oh, it's in third person?
Yeah, you're in third person. Okay. You're running around. It's like a forward operating
like
base. So yeah, exactly. So and there was a mail area. Okay. You go, you pick up your weekly or your like payroll. Okay. And I don't know what the time reset is on it, but you get credits. Okay. The credits are going to be for buying stuff in the HQ area, which is really awesome. It's going to be like different camos, different calling cards, stuff like that, or supply drops that you're going to unlock further stuff through.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Have me drop a supply drop. I had one just from like starting the game, and you can drop it anywhere. And the cool thing about this headquarters is other random people are in it. So you can like kind of show off and drop a supply drop in front of people and they can see what you open. Which is, you know, showing off, you get fancy stuff,
I kind of like
so that's cool.
Though.
It's a cool little multiplayer aspect instead of sitting in your load screen waiting for the next match. And then on top of that, I didn't fully explore it yet, but there was they wanted me to go talk to like a commanding officer, some major, to get quest for like experience to get like a mission or whatever. So let's kind of tie that in instead of just having the basic challenges. You have like a daily mission or whatever. I didn't get to it, but they've said that there's a shooting range, so you can try out different weapons.
You're really
awesome. And then I went to the mail, and I also got my beta helmet and my beta calling card. So from playing the beta, I got a special helmet, special calling card. You could only get it if you played in the beta. So that was really nice to get. And then when I opened the supply drop, I got a cool calling card. I got customizable foregrip, which is there's going to be the camouflages from doing challenges, but then you're going to be able to get different special foregrips and stuff like that that just look a little different. And they all have rarity levels. It's common, rare, legendary, and epic.
Okay.
So same with the calling cards and everything. That seems to be the rating scheme. And then there's animated calling cards, and I'll get into all that on the stream later. But overall, it felt really smooth, and the characters in the headquarters were really well done, especially for a multiplayer. I feel like they put a lot of detail into it, and I'm not gonna lie. Normally, I don't touch the campaign for like a month after I get a Call of Duty game because I'm just grinding out some fucking multiplayer. But just from seeing the characters in the multiplayer, like where they don't need to have characters, it's just extra fluff, if anything. I was fucking excited for the campaign.
I don't know how you haven't been. I saw the first 20 minutes of it just because I was like interested.
I watched.
I play Call of Duty games for the single player. It's fucked. I don't care. Like whatever. I like the multiplayer a lot, but I'm just not as good as most people. So it gets frustrating for me pretty early on, especially with the last couple because skill level, the disparity gets so fucking extreme.
High entry.
Yeah, it gets so extreme that it's not fun anymore. But the The story looks
Yeah.
dope, like really
It
good.
looks really good.
Yeah, and
really, really
the
good.
production values are like mind blowing.
And going back to pre E3, even they said so. This story you're following the campaign of First Division, U.S.
Mhm.
Army First Division, which is awesome. Big red one. They fucked shit up. They tore it up till the end of the war. And the developers brought in actual historical actual historians, and they went to historical sites, and they got the proper like landscapes. They got the proper audio.
Yeah,
They didn't just use reused sound bits. They actually went out with
re-recorded the weapons.
yeah, they re-recorded the weapons. They re-recorded like historically accurate like vehicles, so they could get the sound. Everything ambiance wise is on point.
Just
And
nailed it.
yeah. And then on top of that, they increased the AI capabilities compared to any of the other Call of Duty games. The AI, they actually watched footage from the 1940s, and they attempted to recreate what actual soldiers did on both sides as well as they could.
Yeah.
And like the fact that they really push for that, like Sledgehammer out of the three Infinity Ward, Treyarch and Sledgehammer, they're the youngest, so to speak, of the Call of Duty.
Yeah, the
franchise.
newest ones to it. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they really knew what they were working with on this one and what was at stake for the franchise as a whole. And so far, they've been tearing it up just from the little bit I've seen and from what I've played so far.
One other question I had for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a chance to see this, but I had heard in a review that they have in the hub area. What do they call it again?
HQ.
Okay, so an HQ that you can actually play 1-on-1, 1v1 in this little tiny map. And I think that's so fucking cool.
You can challenge people that are in your local
Lobby.
fucking HQ to a 1v1. And this is awesome because this is going, for me, this is going the whole way back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Where you'd play Rust and you'd fucking do 1-on-1, small little map. And that's when you called fuckers out, that's where you went. And you went and proved what was up. No team to help you. No fucking, you weren't fucking with score streaks at that point. Usually it was just you and one other person going at it, showing who's the best. And in this, you can actually watch other people do it.
Dude.
You can spectate it.
Oh, you can spectate it?
Yeah, you can spectate.
Oh, hell yeah.
In the HQ can spectate the 1-on-1.
We're going to have to be doing some HQ vids. I'm just saying.
Definitely.
Oh, my God. That would be amazing.
I'm already planning on doing like a walkthrough of the HQ after I hashed out and get all the details.
Doing
a little walkthrough video, just explaining, kind of like I did in the stream on the weapons, but on the HQ, because the weapons, I mean, you've seen the weapons before for the most part. If you played any World War II game, but it was a good little overview. But I want to do a more in depth for the HQ.
So you hear that, coders? We will be having a Secrets of the HQ video coming up pretty soon. So make sure to look forward to that because I'm pumped. I'm fucking pumped about that. I think that's the best addition that they have had to like the Call of Duty formula in a long time. I think that's the thing that's been missing is like they haven't changed multiplayer. Like it's been the same game reskinned for the last 6 years.
I've been waiting for 9 years for another World War II game.
Oh, I know.
There hasn't been a World War II since World at War, and that was in 2008. 2008. I needed this game, dude.
It's here, dude. It's here. Let it sink in. Let it wash over you. Let the, rest of you.
So there's some things that I haven't seen yet. There are prestige fucking rewards that I haven't seen yet. I did get a prestige unlock token from playing the beta, and I selfishly used it on permanently unlocking the BAR assault rifle.
Hell yeah!
Right off the bat,
that thing's a fucking.
The reason I did it, okay, is because
it's the LMG, right?
Yeah, it's a big ass. Yeah. Hits hard, hits fast. It's beautiful. One of my favorite weapons in the World War II era. And I mean, Bonnie and Clyde used it, so sawed off version. So I mean,
dude, is that what they did?
Yeah, dude, they fucked the police up. But anyway, that's why they were. That's why they made it so long.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was insane. They fucked people up. It shoots 308s.
Yeah,
it shoots Fully automatic.
Like,
it's a fully automatic
car
hunting rifle.
ammo, basically. Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
exactly.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
But fully automatic. It's a beast. And speaking of the car, you can unlock the car, prestiging the sniper class, the mountain class. You can unlock the car, which is wonderful. But I unlocked the BAR because you have to be level 50 to unlock it. And there's only 55 levels, and I was not only using it for 5 levels of prestige, so I unlocked it right away. It's now mine forever. Very excited about it.
Hell yeah.
Last big thing I want to hit on it is after I did the initial round and I went to the HQ, you can see the different types of matches you can play.
Yeah.
So there's normal public match. Okay, it's your normal multiplayer. There's ranked matches, and the ranked matches. They fiddled with the seasons and stuff in previous Call of Duty, so I'm excited to see how this one goes, but they don't start till December 1st. So no ranked matches till December 1st. And then there's also an MLG match section.
Whoa, pro?
Where you can both watch pro matches, like esport pro matches, right?
And qualify?
Then this is the thing. It also said, and play tournaments to become a pro. So
you can qualify to become a pro in this game.
I'm assuming, I don't know what the rate is going to be on how often they're going to be doing tournaments. I'd guess probably twice a month. They're going to be doing tournaments, maybe once a week. Who knows? But you're going to have to put in some fucking time, and you're going to have to stay on top of your game. And I can't wait to do a tournament with all you coders out there.
Oh my god,
it's going to be fun.
We want to have a pro on our goddamn team because you know how quickly that would make this channel grow.
Oh yeah,
you got to become professional.
Yeah. Right?
You could do it. If anybody on this squad could do it.
I mean, I'll try.
But
I'm really excited for it. There's a new game type. I haven't looked at it. It's called Gridiron. Not sure. I think of football when I hear Gridiron, but who knows?
I was about to say, I was like, what is this, NFL Street?
Yeah.
World War II edition?
Right. And normal stuff like team deathmatch, domination, search and destroy, kill confirmed, hard point, all the basics. And then they have war. Okay, war.
Oh, I want to play that mode.
That one is, from what I haven't played it, but from what it reads as is in the description, it's a continuous match. So it doesn't actually end. The match doesn't actually end. You join, you play until you don't want to play anymore, and then you get out.
And you leave. I heard that it's a really cool mode from all the reviews I've read.
And from what exactly. And from what I've read, I've heard it's comparable to Battlefield 1, a little bit faster paced. Obviously, COD's more of a twitch shooter than Battlefield. But the same concept of the long play style where you're working it'd be better with larger groups. You know, if you went in with maybe a 4 or 6 man squad and you could actually work towards the objectives a little bit better. But overall, I hear it's wonderful, great addition to the game. And then there's going to be hardcore modes and stuff like that. So my go-to, of course, is hardcore kill
confirmed. I know.
But I will play
watch hours of that.
Yeah. I will play oh, yeah. It's wonderful. I'll play the fuck out of any core if I have to. And free-for-all, I'll play. I can't wait to be playing free-for-all.
I have a prediction. This is just a prediction of your play style. And I know what you like. I know what you like. But it's not going to be what you're anticipating you're going to fall in love with. I think you're going to fall in love with the war mode.
Yeah.
In a way that you haven't fallen in love with another Call of Duty mode. I don't know since when. You haven't changed your favorite mode in how many Call of Duties?
And a lot since they came out with kill confirm.
Yeah, so exactly. So I'm saying I think war is a big enough change that maybe it won't be your new favorite, but it's at least gonna be in the rotation now instead of whereas core, I know you kind of stay away from it. It's like a warm up mode for you.
The best attraction for me for war is that it's gonna have war only maps. So there's gonna be maps you can only play in war.
So they better be pretty good.
I'm just excited because I know they're going to be larger, okay? And anybody who knows me in real life and has played with me in Call of Duty in the last 12 years knows that I am a diehard hard scoping fucking sniper. Fuck quick scoping. I love hard scoping. I love camping and doing the role of a real fucking sniper. Being slow, methodical, and fucking people up from a distance in the head.
Yes.
That's
And you
That
haven't
is
been able
my
to do that in a Call of Duty
in a
like not
while.
effectively.
Yeah, in like
Maybe
5 years.
maybe
Yeah,
this
since
number 2.
Ghosts.
Oh, I was gonna say before that even. Ghost maybe. Yeah, I guess there were
No,
some big maps in
Ghosts
Ghost.
had some. They had large maps in Ghosts. Yeah, it
Yeah,
still wasn't as fun. It hasn't been fun since probably Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. I was gonna
But
say Black Ops 2 was that had a
yeah,
handful of maps that were decent
they were
enough, but
still
you're
pretty
right.
small in Black. But yeah,
Yeah.
but War gives me there's gonna be War only maps, so I gotta play them. I gotta play every map. I mean, that's just what I do. And then the fact that I assume they're gonna be larger maps,
They got
and I can actively play a hard scoping sniper excites the fuck out of me. Like I'm ecstatic about just doing that. And that's I know that's a big deal coming from like on my end because I normally run like SMGs, fast, run and gun, you up kind of shit, but I love the hard scoping.
Just saying this is the reason why I made this prediction. That I think War is going to be your new favorite mode. Yeah. I think they nailed it. I think they did. I haven't read enough about it to know for sure. It's just like a feeling. It's like my gut. My gut is.
I'm really excited, and there's going to be. I'm already going to say I'm not playing PUBG tonight. I
can already tell.
Call of Duty. You're going to get they're going to get at least like my ass tonight of nothing but multiplayer. Going to be playing tomorrow some, and then. I mean, throughout the weekend, next weekend, definitely. It's gonna be beautiful. Like I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna make you talk about some things.
Yeah.
I know it's not your favorite thing because I know you're obsessed with this game already, and you're gonna play the fuck out of it. Talk to me about some of the negatives, and I know some of them you haven't experienced, some of them you have, but talk to me about them.
So right off the bat, game came out Thursday night, 9 p.m. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Little nice early release. That's cool. Man. It did the beta, the stress test. I've been preaching about it for like a month and a half now. Stress test and all that. Hey, what's up, Donovan? All the fun stuff. And then they dropped the fucking ball. All right. The servers can't fetch people's profiles. All right. They're having connectivity issues. These things happen. And I know we were talking before the stream. It happens almost every time, right? Almost every time.
They pulled an NBA 2K is what you're telling me.
But see, this is the thing. Not only have they been doing this every year for like 12 years. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they've dropped the ball pretty much every year for 12 years.
Oh my God.
And they are also under the umbrella of like the largest video game conglomerate, fucking Blizzard Activision. Like they shouldn't be having server problems.
Nope. They should not be.
At all. Like what that blows my mind.
You know, and then units sell. Like you know how many units they always sell. This one's going to be bigger. You knew that.
Bigger.
Like
even if it wasn't bigger, like the things that they're having troubles with, like the last one had trouble almost the entire life cycle. Like the fetching online profile has been having problems for a while. I had problems with that on Black Ops 3. That's 2 games ago. Okay, they shouldn't be having these issues. They need to fix that shit.
What that means is that they've been operating on legacy code, like, and they have never updated it. They should have,
and they have no excuse. And that's the thing. They have the personnel, they have the money. Like, there's no reason the experience should be lacking in that sense. Okay. And then it went the whole way through. Even this morning, some of my friends were even saying that they had connectivity issues. Others didn't. Jeez. I didn't. Everything that we did on stream just before the code word was pure first time, fired up. The only thing it did when it updated, like it did its little, like you fire it up and then it updates the online profile and it restarted and it actually unsynced my controller, which was weird. I had to restart the app, like the game. Because it unsynced my controller from my account. You know how you can have like a controller that's attached to a certain account?
I did not know that. I'm learning.
Oh yeah, well, at least with Elite you can. Okay. And it unsynced me, and I mean it wasn't a big deal, but it was something that it was just it was like why did this happen? But that kind of loops me back to firing the game up. This is the fastest game when it comes to title screen load times.
Ooh, Ooh, I like
in
that.
any of the Call of Duty games. You can be in a match in less than, I want to say, 90 seconds.
That's fast. That's good.
Which in previous Call of Duties, you might be sitting on the title screen for 90 seconds before you even start hitting buttons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get through screens pretty fast, but it's still, I feel like the minor hiccups, like they're expected. But again, this far into a game's franchise life, I want them to fix it prior to me fucking with it. But I'm also conditioned to deal with it, so it's a double-edged sword.
I get what you're saying. This is literally NBA 2K for me. Like day one, NBA 2K servers were a fucking mess. Tried to download it. Took me fucking like I don't even know, like an hour and a half to get to the server, like to the store page to buy it, to download it. Downloads were slow, and this wasn't Nintendo's side. Like this was like definitely 2K side. Then I got into it. It was constantly telling me things like, oh God, what was it saying? Basically, like that I had a corrupted save file. If I put the handheld mode to sleep, it disconnects from the internet to save battery, obviously. And so when you fire back up, it'll come back on and be like, this save file was corrupted. And you're just like, wait, what the fuck? I just put 14 hours into this game. You're telling me that I just corrupted a save file? All I did was restart it. It fixed it. But I was just like, this kind of shit should not be happening. It happened for like half the users.
And that's very similar to the fetching online profile with Call of Duty. Sometimes it says it fetches it, but you're a level 1 non-prestige with nothing unlocked. And it's like,
oh yeah, fuck that noise.
My name is right and everything else is wrong. And then you restart it and it reloads your profile. But
it's like it's not pulling in the whole data.
You have that thought in your head, like, what if it didn't reload? You know what I mean? Did I just lose 100 hours of gameplay?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I put like 40 hours in before that started happening to me. 40 hours of gameplay. I would have.
That's a lot of gameplay, man.
My fucking self. It turns out I'm not even playing that profile anymore, but that's a whole different issue. But yeah, those are kinds of issues that like shouldn't happen with these AAA games. Like 2K's, one of the biggest developers on the planet, and so is Activision. Like they're enormous. Like they've got Blizzard is behind that.
Yeah.
My God, no way. Like did
they
Overwatch
merged
have
like
these
what 3-4 years ago? Like
did Overwatch have these issues?
I don't believe Overwatch did, but
of course not.
So it's Blizzard, Activision. Activision still is like the parent company, but it's one of those things. Like they have the financial means to make this
absolutely. It's like EA, Activision, Ubisoft are like the three biggest names, and these motherfuckers have the worst problems with it.
I understand they're trying to like keep the overhead low, but like there's a certain point where if you put in the extra money, you're going to get that loyalty where people are going to buy regardless if they should or not. You know what I mean? And I know that's not a great way to go about it because
it's what Call of Duty's been surviving on. I'm not going to lie. Like this game might be the exception, but before that,
there's been some duds. And you got to think they wouldn't have put the work in early on. Certain people wouldn't have bought those duds.
Absolutely.
But people like me, I still bought the fucking duds, even though they were duds, because it's like, hey, I want to see a good one come. I'm going to keep
supporting them
as much
the series alive
until I get the fucking diamond out of the shit pile. You know what I mean? It's like
example, Mass Effect.
Oh God,
because that one didn't get supported the way, but it was weird. It actually sold pretty well, so I don't really understand that one at all. But that's okay. Yeah, I mean, it was.
But yeah, man, game. Overall,
anyway. So those are the negatives, though.
Those were the negatives. Biggest things, it was just connectivity issues. I haven't heard much else against pairing up. I had a fucking migrating host and it took like 20 seconds, which for Call of Duty is off the chain.
That doesn't sound that bad, yeah.
No, I'm like really excited about it. Overall,
Jesus.
Fucking I'm loving it so far. I haven't touched Nazi zombies and I haven't touched the campaign.
So that's the area that I've heard is actually the biggest letdown.
Yeah.
And I want to say letdown because the only thing they said was that it's just not as exciting as they kind of sold it. Not that it was bad. Like it's still zombies and it's Nazi zombies. It's like that's a really good thing. It's more like a reimagining of like the original zombies.
Yeah, which was smaller, and people forget that. Like
which is
people forget that it was a smaller game before all these like Easter egg story modes came out.
Yeah.
So I mean
it's sitting on 86 on Metacritic. That's fucking good. That's really fucking good.
that's fucking solid.
And that's with like a handful of like, you know, ones that just don't line up with everything else, you know, like M3.
And they've only done Advanced Warfare before this, which didn't do that well. Started the whole fucking hover jump bullshit. Fucking fuck all that.
We're back to boots on the ground. And they, you know, what the greatest thing about these games is like they have the time to improve themselves. So like this is the worst this game will ever be.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a 90 out of 100. You know what I mean? Like, so
exactly.
That's really good.
And then a little thing that I just happened upon. You can link you can create and upload a Call of Duty profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it links your account to the online account, and it doesn't like really prompt you to go there. It's just over in the settings for some reason. But then it tells you that you will get bonus rewards at certain points and stuff, and access to certain things, exclusive things. Totally free. Took like 6 seconds to do, and now you can go online. I can go online and look at my profile and all that. It's a lot less hassle than in prior versions. They've had this in the past, but it's been more of a hassle to link your account. Where this one didn't even have to log in, didn't have to do anything. It sent my account to the website. Boom, like good to go.
That's awesome, dude. No, see, really, these are things that like they just need to. That I'm glad they figured out.
Yeah, and I feel like for it being Sledgehammer, they're taking care of the gamer so far really, really well, and I'm excited and I'm happy about that. I can go on for days about fucking Call of Duty, and I will in the stream. So after the code word, fucking tune in. It'll be great. Absolutely.
And I won't be keeping you too much longer because we don't have a whole lot of news, which is kind of a good thing. We can start with the Xbox One X like early reviews, but like to be honest, there's not a whole lot of actual reviews. It's more that like it's been these are the first impressions, these are things like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult because I can't even like find like a Metacritic.
Everybody should tweet at fucking Microsoft to send us Xbox One X's.
Because, yes, that would be amazing.
Because the fucking package they've sent out, I've watched some unboxing videos on like
so beautiful
higher tiered YouTubers, and not only do they get an Xbox One X, okay, but they also sent them like 10 game codes, full game codes,
because like, they're the ones that are supported.
Everything that's 4K, that like naturally 4K, they sent them the codes, and I'm just saying, Microsoft, if you want me to play all these games. I mean, you send me an Xbox One X and codes, it'll happen.
If you want to see a really impressive video, send it to me. Because the video won't be from, no. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the video won't be from me, it'll be from Dylan and how fucking mad he is that I got one and he didn't. That's what would really
you send one to each of us and then we'll be okay, Microsoft. How about
or you just send one to me. And my email address is gamecode@gmail.com. But for real.
And delightfuldylan@gmail.com. Come at me.
Damn it. Okay, whatever. The point is that we would love a chance to review that system. It's just not in our budget right now. Like we are steadily growing. We're trying to keep that up. But the biggest thing is like it doesn't even pay for games yet. So let's make sure that it can do that before we start buying Xbox One X's.
It's beautiful.
We'll get you a Switch for this actually. But yeah, it does look like a hell of a console. Early reviews, basically, they're saying it's kind of the thing that you feel. You know, it's like, is it necessary? No, it's not necessary, especially if you don't have a 4K TV. In fact, there's almost no reason to. But it does downsample games. It does a lot of things the PlayStation 4 Pro does not do. And the one thing I will say is, like, if you're looking at spending $400 and you have a 4K TV, if you really don't, I'm saying if you really don't care if it's PlayStation or Xbox, get this. Like, it doesn't make sense to not just invest the extra $100. You already invested $2,500 in your 4K TV at this point.
If
we're talking about
if you have a 4K TV, if you don't, just get the S.
If you don't,
like it's the same fucking.
To be honest, get the Pro or the S. It really doesn't matter. Like the point is, like if you want like semi upscaled stuff, but the fact of the matter is that half the PlayStation Pro enabled games aren't real 4K. First off. Not even close.
Yeah.
Like they're more like 1440p on the average, which is good. I mean, like that's an amazing resolution.
It's still pretty.
It's going to look better than 1080p on your 4K TV. But they're also generally don't downsample for the 1080p mode.
Yeah.
And their performance modes are kind of unimpressive. So if you're still sitting at 1080p, they're not running much higher. But on the Xbox One X, we're talking about games that are going from 30 frames per second to 60 if you're running at 1080p.
That is huge.
So like the new Gears of War upgrade is literally now, if you run in the performance mode, it stays at 1080p, which is actually higher than the original game, and it's almost a fully locked 60 frames per second.
Yeah,
which would be amazing.
Now, for anybody who has bought the X out there, make sure you know that it comes standard in 1080p, and you have to switch it to 4K.
Does it really?
If you have a 4K TV.
That's a dumb thing.
Even if you're on a 4K TV, it automatically is in 1080. So don't think that's the game until you switch to 4K.
I can't believe that should not be. They need to fix that.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
Immediately. Like that should
day zero update. That's how it's set.
It should figure that shit out immediately. Like you're talking about the one selling point. Adam posted that Xbox has no games.
I saw.
Whatever.
I saw him and I ignored him. See how that
99% of the time, if you're buying a PlayStation or an Xbox, you're doing it for third party anyway. So who cares?
Yeah.
The point being though is that like the upscale there is much better than the PlayStation 4 Pro. Yeah. That being said, if you're gonna get anything this holiday and you're budget strapped, don't get either of those.
Don't get it.
Get the Xbox One S or the PlayStation 4. You know how much they're gonna be for Black Friday?
Cheap as fuck, like 175, 200 bucks, something like that. Yeah,
both of them are insane. $175, and I'm like, that's going to be the biggest competition for the Switch, not the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One X.
GameStop has the brand new S right now, Xbox One S, for like $225,
and it's about to drop more with games bundled in.
So I mean, if you need a new console and you like you said you can't break the bank, and you want an Xbox, get the fucking S.
There's still great.
If you can't afford the X, you don't have a 4K TV anyway. Just
I mean, you can buy cheap 4K TVs, but that's probably not what you.
But then it's a cheap 4K TV. You know what I mean? Like
the point being is like this is a really good time to be getting into gaming for the first time, getting into consoles for the first time, because the 3 consoles basically don't go over $300 unless you're going for the 4K versions. You switch $300. Might even have a bundle that's cheaper. Who knows? Probably not, because it's something like hotcakes. But hopefully dirt cheap. And if there's a $175 version, I better see that shit under your tree.
Dude,
that's all I'm saying.
I'll pay $350 as long as I get Zelda. I don't give a fuck.
No, you're definitely gonna get Zelda if you get.
That's the first game I'm playing.
Dude, I can't wait for you to play it. You're gonna be like geeking out. Almost as much as Call of Duty. I don't know if anything could touch that for you.
I don't think anybody understands the amount of times I've played Ocarina of Time.
Oh, really? How many times? I don't know.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Well, just on the 2DS that I had for like the shortest period of time, I played through 3 times. So.
Oh, really?
That was just on the 2DS. So I don't even know if I can
on the
count
2DS you completed it 3 times.
Yeah. I don't even know about the N64. How many times I can tell you how many times.
I'm gonna be honest. You want to know a weird thing about me?
Bad.
So I played Ocarina of Time a billion times on N64 and GameCube when it did the pre-release, but I never beat it until the 3DS version. So I legitimately never beat that game until the 3DS version. I tried multiple times, kept hitting walls, kept getting distracted, and never finished them.
I want to say that was the first game as a child that I beat, and I felt that sense of accomplishment.
That like insane sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, because even like Mario 64, I don't think I ever went to the final Bowser battle until like 3 or 4 years after I got it. Because I just fucked around in the worlds, and then I'd forget about it, and then I'd restart it. You know what I mean? Like I never got to that. I get to like 75% a lot, but never 100% sort of thing. And then I was really disappointed with the last boss, but whatever.
I'm gonna be honest. I've probably gotten furthest ever 30% into Super Mario 64.
Oh, it's a good game though.
It's good. It does not age as well as people claim it does.
It's tedious towards the end. I will give it that.
Tedious for a lot of it. Like unfortunately, the first worlds don't hold well. It's fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten like 4 or 5.
The overworld's really entertaining.
Yeah. No, and I think that was like more impressive when it first came out. But I'm sorry, I got distracted because I was checking comments. And Adam wrote a book. Honestly, no, it's not that long. Until either companies run native 4K 100% of the time isn't worth it. I agree with that statement. Buy a PC if you really want to run 4K.
I'm right there with you.
That's like $1,500. Like that's what you need for true 4K all the time. But anyway, what I was gonna say is like I think it was way more impressive when it came out, but I never played it when it came out. It's probably Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time,
That was
I did
my first
a little
game.
bit. Yeah, so I'm sure it was like mind blowing then, but
It was, yeah. But I was also like 8, so
going back after I've played Galaxy and Sunshine and like all these amazing Mario games that have been like infinitely more polished and easier to play, is hard.
I think my number one. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say Super Mario Odyssey, for everything that I played, is better. It's better. Like
really,
I didn't think
really, it's been really fun watching. I'm not going to lie.
I have no idea if it'll hold up all the way through, but so far I'm just like, I can't.
It doesn't need to. I think it's a good benchmark for the Mario franchise, and I feel like it's a great entry point for the newest generation.
Absolutely, it's definitely not as hard as some of the old ones.
It's done what it needs to do. It's done what it's needed to do, and if people are really that into it, they can go back and play earlier games, and if they're so, they'll play the next one anyway.
Yeah,
you know what
I
mean?
think it's something that will make you want to play old ones.
Yeah,
see what they're like. Anyway, what were you going to say?
I don't remember.
I think something about Super Mario.
Oh no. You were talking about going back and playing it on the N60. Of all the games to go back and play, like Mario Party 2 and Mario Kart 64.
Okay.
Like,
I messed up.
What? What'd you do?
Oh no! I'm sorry. Never mind. I found a copy of Mario Party 6, which is a super rare game.
Oh Jesus!
At my local Fallout Games, but I did not buy it.
Oh.
It was $40 there, which is actually a really good price. It was like minimum 60 when you find it online. Yeah. Minimum. But it was not Mario Party 2. That was the one I was thinking about.
Oh. I sold my Pokemon Yellow for a good chunk.
Did you? Why would
the battery the cartridge hadn't died yet, and I was really happy about it. And
why did you get rid of it?
I played it because I've played it. I have 2.
Oh, good man. Okay. I was about to be upset. I mean, I had.
But you know how the internal battery thing dies after a long time?
The battery for the memory. Yeah.
I had 2 that still work. Well, I had 2 that still work. Now I have 1 that works.
Oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what else we got in the news? What else before we get to
the next one on the list is new Overwatch map, and this normally wouldn't like get me super pumped because I pretty much played out my time in Overwatch for the most part. Like I do really enjoy that game, but I just don't have the time to go play it anymore. But it is a Blizzard World style themed map, so it's like everything Blizzard. Yeah, like World of Warcraft's in there, StarCraft's in there, like all the style stuff. Like it looks like heaven. It's like Disneyland, but for Blizzard.
Can I live there? Can I go there in real life?
Dude, right? Like I want to see this made in real life, and this would be my like dream. Like right now I'm looking at one of the tanks from StarCraft 2 just sitting in the middle of it, and it's like looks functional. It's amazing. Jesus anyway, Christ. So this is coming out. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find out when. I don't know when. It'll be available in the public test realm soon. However, PC fans should keep an eye out for their map. But early next year. So it'll come out early next year. But dude, does it look amazing? And it may get me to just like log back in for a little while once this is out, because I definitely want to check. I just want to see it. Yeah. I don't even want to play it with other people. I'm gonna see if I can play like a not a real match and just wander and just like exist in that world. But that was another one that I thought was just like necessary. Yeah. Oh my God, the touches. You're gonna have to check out the video on this one. It looks so good. Hearthstone is in here.
Walkthrough. Oh. Speaking of Blizzard, though.
Okay.
They dropped a beautiful. If you haven't watched it, I don't give a fuck. This is to all you coders.
The short film,
but this is you included. New trailer for the next expansion. Okay. Battle for Azeroth, all right, for World of Warcraft.
Oh, what? They're making more in that game? Come on.
Of course.
Shut that shit down.
Multiple things. Calm yourself before I come through this fucking monitor.
You're not going to play it. Stop.
Are you joking? I have an active account at all times.
Have you played it in a long time?
Yeah, I have.
I'm impressed, actually.
I just don't stream my personal life.
That was some of your first streams ever, actually, is World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it was. No, but Battle for Azeroth, you specifically should go watch the cinematic trailer.
Oh, I will.
Because you don't even need to know anything about the game, and it makes you want to play the fucking game. Okay. They're going back to the roots. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful roots of Horde versus Alliance. They've kind of muddled those lines in recent updates or recent DLCs. This one, they're going back. And I'm excited for it. It's going to be great. Besides that, though, they also announced World of Warcraft Classic. This is for you probably won't.
Oh man, I just don't care
feel
so
the
much.
Impact. I know you don't, but this is going to be this is going to be classic servers. All right, this is to all the coders out there because Keith doesn't matter right now.
You know, I'm just letting you go.
Classic servers pre-Cataclysm. Anybody who knows what I'm talking about just got a hard on, male or female. They got a fucking raging boner right now. Dude,
I don't even know what that means. Like I legit am just lost right now.
If you don't know, don't worry about it. Okay, but if you know, I know you're excited. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Holy shit! It is.
What I will say though, I like to give Blizzard a lot of credit because I think they're an amazing developer, like just in general. I don't always love their games, but that doesn't mean that I don't think that like there's an insane amount of polish with them. The thing that they do right almost every fucking time, any game, they're goddamn cinematics.
Oh, dude.
They're just so fucking good. I remember Warcraft 3's cinematic.
Oh,
mind-bogglingly good.
Go watch. I'm telling you. YouTube after this.
I'm going to.
Battle for Azeroth. It's like 3 or 4 minutes long. And you watch it, and then you wish with all of your heart and soul that they make a fucking full-length video because it's beautiful.
You want to know who should have made the Warcraft movie? Blizzard, not the weird fucking director that decided to fuck everything.
I still liked it, but
I heard it was not very good, but I did not see
it. If you haven't been playing Warcraft since like the beginning,
ever,
it was terrible.
Oh, I mean,
and if you, like
I played the old like RTS Warcraft.
They went. That's where they went with the story for the movie. They went like old days. Yeah, which was cool, except for nobody knows the fucking story anymore, except for people like me who love the shit out of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember from the games anymore. It's from the books and stuff, like at that point. You know, like
God, you're too deep. Yeah. You're too come back to the light, my friend. Come out of the basement. Oh wait.
Oh, hey.
Oh wait.
Oh man. But that was a big thing.
Warcraft 3.
That was a big thing. Warcraft 3 is one of the best games ever. I wish they would come out with another Warcraft.
I wish that they would do what they're doing with StarCraft 2. Segue. With Warcraft 3. They're making StarCraft 2 free to play because you were about to go on a whole nother tangent about Warcraft, and I just couldn't.
I was trying to tie it in.
I couldn't suffer through it anymore.
I know.
No, I actually give it way more than shit than it deserves because it's literally one of the most played games ever. Like
greatest MMO of all time. But
yeah, we're talking about PUBG with 2 million active players. I guarantee you, at one point, all 13 fucking million or whatever players.
I was gonna say,
hey, Adam decided to show up for the last
5 minutes. Yeah, what the fuck?
I was doing some tabletop stuff on.
So now you're just gonna be in a dark room, only lit by your computer. Look like you're. Well, I'm not gonna explain it. Anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. We got Adam in here, which is awesome. I think he had some insights that he wanted to.
All right, so till next time, coders. No, just kidding.
I'm over here. I forget now.
Yeah.
Over here.
Hop in, Adam.
We were just talking about StarCraft 2 is going free to play, which I think is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
all the things they could do free to play. That one's like up there.
Yeah, because StarCraft 2 was a great game. I just didn't get a chance to play enough of it.
Yeah,
you should play it now. It's free.
I got hyped on that Overwatch stuff, and now I'm feeling the urge to go back.
Dude, right? So that comes out to like everything early next year, but it sounds like it'll come to PC a lot earlier. So
because PC has the test server.
Yeah, the test server. So it sounds like that's going to come out pretty soon.
Moira looks great. I can't wait to try her out.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was it?
Moira,
Moira.
the new
Oh yeah.
hero.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. The map made me so happy
The
inside.
map is
Like,
cool. Yeah.
it looks like Disneyland, but for Overwatch, and that makes me
Mhm.
really happy. A lot of like Warcraft references, Hearthstone, like
Well,
everything.
it's Blizzard World, not
Yeah.
just Overwatch.
That's the
The
best thing
greatest
ever.
world ever.
So yeah, for the last 5 to 10 minutes, Dylan's been gushing about World of Warcraft.
Battle for Azeroth.
Apparently, they're still making expansions for that thing.
Yeah,
Of
they'll
course
do it. They'll do it until they stop selling.
Question: How many users do they still have? Like, I'm sure it's a ridiculous
I don't know,
amount.
but yeah,
honestly.
but like
they're at like, I think they dropped to like 11 million or something.
it doesn't even matter because the people I know that play World of Warcraft, they
Yeah.
stop playing, and then when the next expansion comes out, they all go back to playing.
Yeah.
So
You wanna
like
fight?
it's so hard to
You
it's
wanna
so
fight?
hard
This is what he's been
it's so
doing.
hard to gauge the game on player count because it's like yeah, there's only so many players right now, but when the new one comes out, everyone's gonna get back on.
I would say 11 million players though is nothing to scoff at. Even in
$15 a month per player,
that's
Yeah,
that's insane.
plus
So
$60
they print
entry
money
fee.
for them still.
yeah.
This is like I just found out, and this is really off topic, but apparently AOL when it was sold to the other
They
company,
finally
like, it was
shut
worth
down.
a ridiculous amount of money, and they were like the thing they were surprised to find out is that 99 like it was like 90% of their income is actually off of legacy AOL accounts that people were paying for from back when AOL first launched. It's a bunch of
Jeez.
old people that didn't know that they didn't have to pay for an AOL account to
You
get
got
the
the
internet.
disc in the
Didn't know.
mail. And
Yes, they didn't
Didn't know
know.
they died and they're just still paying for it.
Maybe
Yeah.
both. I don't know, but I thought that
Their
was like
estate
maybe World of
paying
Warcraft's
for
the
it.
same way. Everyone's just forgot to disable it. What's this
Yeah,
$15 a
it happens.
month?
No, it's just become
Yeah.
part of life, and then you just don't.
You work around it. and then-
You just
It's like
you just
filling your
ignore
gas tank in your car. You just got to do it.
That's funny. But yeah, so that was what we were talking about a little bit there. StarCraft 2 was the last thing on our list. So before we really end the episode, why don't we ask you what you've been playing?
I've been playing Odyssey. I got my Switch back.
Oh
I technically finished the story today.
Did you? Fuck you.
I did. You haven't done it yet?
No, I can't. Like, I'm only doing it on
He's
stream.
stream only. Yeah.
So I haven't had a
Oh.
chance to. So it's
It's
been killing
so
me. I'm going
good.
back and like almost 100%ing most of the things before it, but
I started to do that and then it locked me out.
yeah,
And
basically.
it forced my hand to finish the game. It's the only reason I finished it today. But damn.
I hear that without going in too deep, I know that the post game content is like unbelievable. So
Yeah, I'm getting there.
don't tell me anything.
The first one is an eyeful.
I'm very excited. Like the amount of content in the game, like seems like nothing at first, and then you start like just like pulling back layers of the onion.
Mhm.
You're just like, how the fuck does this game keep going?
Yeah,
deeper?
yeah. Well, that's what I was saying when I texted you, and I'm like, I'm kind of worried because I feel like I beat the level, and you were like, no, and I was like, are you sure?
Barely touched
And
it.
I went back and I finally found where the list of the moon shines are.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I started laughing out loud. I was like, oh, I'm nowhere close to beating this level.
I didn't even know there's a list. I just
If you go into the map and hit Y, it brings up a
full list. Like a number list.
it shows you a numbered list, and then every time you get one, it'll fill it in with the name.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and check because I'm sure I'm a ridiculous amount. I think Dylan's trying to hint that he wants to stop something and do something else.
I'm sure he is.
No. got a hat.
He's been gushing, but it does look
No
like a
big
good
deal.
game, which is good. No, Super Mario Odyssey. Like, tell me this: can you give it a solid ranking of like where it stands so far in Mario? I know it's not done. I know you still have a lot more to go.
I'm going to say the same thing I said about Zelda. It's a solid, no more, no less 9. I think the only reason it's losing that point for me is that it's a little easy.
Yeah, it is. Like at least first playthrough,
That's my only downside was that it's a very easy game. But in saying that, I'm still enjoying my time with it. It's a fun game. I think that's where easy games aren't fun if they're not fun. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no. Easy games are
makes
not
perfect
fun.
sense.
This game is a blast. It just happens to be easy, but it doesn't take away from how much fun I'm having.
That's
One
good.
mission
That's
I-
hard to find too these days.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not all easy. There are some
No,
parts
yeah.
where like it takes some skill sometimes to do some stuff.
And I think from what I've heard is that most of the difficulties locked behind the post game, and I don't know again for sure, but that's what I've heard is like
That's usually how the Mario games go. Like
Yeah.
3D World.
And this one more takes like critical thinking than platforming skills is what I found. Like
Kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, platforming skills are required, and like some of those moves, like the advanced like cappy moves, are definitely difficult. But like once you get them, they're not that bad anymore.
Oh yeah, dude, once I got that double dive jump,
It's amazing.
It breaks the game.
For a lot of places, it just saves.
I can go anywhere I want with it.
It's awesome. Funny. Yeah. But I was gonna say the one thing that I know that we can both share is like one of my favorite moments so far was the in New Donk City when you do the what's the level called? I don't even remember.
Festival.
Yes, the festival one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was grinning ear from ear the entire time. It's not even hard.
Those 2D bits are fun in their own way, and then you're like, here's a whole level of it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
A whole level plus there's like retarded amount of like nostalgia and feels and like.
Wait, so
she's awesome. Like Pauline's amazing.
How are you? How far are you then?
I'm great, buddy. I'm on the Iced Kingdom. I literally just landed.
Oh, you're like not even halfway through.
Yeah, no, I have a lot, but the story goes by pretty quick. So I like when I play, I normally get like 3 kingdoms done in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So like once I get to play again, I'll probably be done fairly shortly. But I know there's a lot to go. But New Donk, I've been spending the last like.
I love New Donk. New Donk was so fun.
So good.
I was telling Jeremy, I'm like, New Donk goes down as my one of my top 5 favorite Mario levels ever. Yeah. I don't know where in the list particularly, but definitely like top 5.
So once I finish the game, I say we do spoiler cast episode.
Yeah, we can do that.
But I'm not gonna hold Dylan up any longer. I want to see him play more Call of Duty anyway. While I iron out a couple more.
I mean, I can end on a good note. I went 22-11. I'm good for the night.
No, dude, I know you're not going to end, so don't even lie to me.
I can't.
But either way, that does bring us to the end of the episode. Thank you for joining us at the end, Adam, and thank you, Dylan, for joining me. But yeah, so don't forget to like the video, comment on our video, and watch Dylan's Call of Duty stream coming up pretty soon. I will be doing Super Mario Odyssey probably tomorrow sometime, so keep that an eye out for that. Hopefully I can get pretty far in it. Other than that, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Patreon, whatever suits you. And as always, stay classy, coders.